We have negative draft profiles, Russell. I did not write these. I want him to know that to be sure.
Okay. You want?
I want to see your draft profile.
Okay. So this is Russell Wilson Jr. the third, and now everybody's done this. Breeze did it.
Yep.
Breeze got angry and kept it.
Oh, I'm keeping this.
And
for sure.
he put it in his locker. He said, "I want to look at it every single." This is 2 years ago.
Don't worry, I'll have this one.
Okay. All right. Here you go. So
Okay.
all right.
So, Russell Wilson, his height will be his biggest inhibitor at the next level. Remains to be seen if he can throw effectively from the pocket at the next level. Not able to step up and into the pocket like other quarterbacks. Make dubious late game decisions. Sometimes opts to scramble too quickly before making all of his progressions. Although he has a quality arm, what's quality arm mean? Although he has a quality arm, he'll never be a prototypical NFL quarterback. Could fit in as a part-time specialist coming off the bench.
Wow. Now, Paulie has names of those who wrote that, if you care. Drew Brees
love the
wanted
names.
Christian McCaffrey said,
them.
I would love to have names who said this about me.
Names, addresses.
Phone number.
There you go. You want to read it?
Yep.
We'll force balls into coverage. Check. All right. Could use more bulk on his frame. So I guess so. That's, I could see that. Not athletic. I disagree. I can dunk.
Really?
I mean, what year is this? This is like
This
current.
no.
This is college.
This is college.
This is 04.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Then I could dunk. Then sure.
At Ole Miss, you could dunk.
Yeah, deep throws could be more accurate. Okay, streaky passer and needs to protect the ball better. So, yeah, it sounds wonderful. I mean, that's the first pick in the draft right there, right? Nailed it. Got them all.
Did you ever read these draft profiles when you were?
No, like coming out and
No.
stuff. I don't think they were available back then. I don't think you had all the access.
These guys have way too much now.
It's all access.
Breeze took his draft profile home with him.
Oh, really?
He was so like he said, "Can I keep this?"
He's like bothered him. It's
Aaron
like-
Rodgers took his home yesterday. Like he folded it
Yeah.
up, put it in his pocket. Not that you have to, but those guys were like, "Oh, well, I could use this."
Yeah, no doubt.
I could use this. These are real things that were said about Luke Kuechly.
All right, first one. Inflated tackle production, as most tackles came 5 to 8 yards downfield.
Okay.
That's probably from my dad.
Your dad
He would
said
always say that. He said that half your tackles are just jumping on the pile. So,
Wow.
so he might have wrote that.
Okay.
Doesn't get up in the line of scrimmage to make powerful impact plays. That might still be the case. NFL guards, fullbacks, and tight ends will dominate him at the point of attack. Luckily, I have good defensive tackles. Star and KK and Vern and Kyle do a really good job. So luckily, if I didn't have those guys, it might be a different situation. His overall lack of speed and flexibility. See, flexibility comes into play because my dad always said, "Are you stretching?" When dropping the coverage, indicates a poor skill set to handle man duties. Luckily, we have Thomas so he can guard people in man coverage. Routinely driven off the ball when engaged, he doesn't show the strength to fight off blockers.
How the hell did you make it in the NFL?
I don't know. Doesn't show strength to fight off the blockers. So, I mean, I think that kind of implies that I'm soft. So, we got to work on that. Kuechly is an average athlete with good vision, but poor strength and no ability to work off blockers. Daggone. I might as well just quit. Hey, you know what? Hey, just a little humbling thing, right?
Yeah.
Did you guys rate these?
Aren't you glad you
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6.
Yeah.
One of you guys.
A cameraman also.
And then my
threw it
dad
in.
was 6. So it was you guys plus my dad.
How tough was your dad on you?
No, he was great. He was very supportive. Whatever you wanted to do, he was cool with it. But you just had to finish it. And I wrestled for 1 year when I was younger. I didn't do very well, and I didn't really quite, frankly, enjoy it a whole lot. But he said, if you're going to start, you got to finish it.
This is what's said about Kirk D. Cousins coming out of college.
His accuracy when throwing deep is questionable. Has not shown he can make the flash plays to move the offense and win games for his team. He will need talent around him to succeed, which limits his value. He is not a very strong deep thrower. Lacks the ability to manipulate defensive backs. Kirk Cousins has a problem with pocket pressure. He often does not handle it well, tends to panic, and the quality of his mechanics tends to drop, causing poor throws. And then the last one is based on his production and leadership at Michigan State. Cousins has late round value to a team looking for someone to compete for a backup role.
What bothers you the most about that?
Well, the one that you could probably most quickly just say is silly is the not strong at throwing the deep ball.
Yeah.
I mean, I think you'd have to watch tape and that'd be over. Manipulate defensive backs. Who in college is dropping back and like going through progressions and moving people with their eyes? I mean, that's like a year 5, 6, 7 in the NFL. You start to really do that to the level that they're evaluating this. So I don't know of a lot of guys you're like, oh, we're going to take him 10th overall because he manipulates defensive backs and he drops back. It's like, what? Pocket pressure, like, okay, yeah, if there's a guy in my face, who doesn't struggle with that? So, some of it just gets to be, guys, we're chasing our tail here. But, and going back to the frustration in 2018, I mean, the whole thing of, win games. I mean, that's what it's about.
Yeah.
And that's why I'm not sleeping well, because I'm sitting here going, 2015 was 9-7. We made the playoffs, but we lost the first round. 2016 was 8-7-1. 2017 was 7-9. 2018 was 8-7-1. And so 4 years now of essentially hovering around 500. Eventually, that's got to change.
Yes.
You got to get to 12-4, 11-5, 13-3, whatever it's got to be. You got to get there, and you got to win playoff games. That's what it's all about. So that knock is gonna be there until you go out there and win and win and win. And I understand it's a team game, but that's what I'm still chasing.
I don't want you all fired up here.
All right, so I'll start off below average height for an NFL quarterback. That's a fact.
Okay.
Nothing we can do there.
Okay.
I'm still growing though. So at the combine, I was 6 foot and 7/8, and pro day I was 6'1". So I think I'm still getting up there. So we'll see where I end up.
You got taller.
Yes, I'm still growing.
Wow, look at you. Congrats.
So benefited from a scheme that allowed an abundance of one-on-ones. Yeah, I mean, I guess you'd rather play in a bad scheme. I don't understand that. Like, yeah, man, this guy, he really played for a crappy coach. That's got to be good for him, Awful game against Washington after dominating lesser defenses in conference. Yep, they were a really good team. They beat us, in about 6 inches of snow. That wasn't great. Learned a lot from that game. Knows the ball, will drop some on drive throws. I guess don't have enough arm strength.
I think that's what they're saying.
Yeah, it works. It works most of the time, I guess. Unlikely to run away from closing rushers. That's a little surprising. That one's a little surprising because that's kind of one of my things,
Well, don't get mad at me.
No.
What's your what was your 40?
Oh, it was like bad. It was like 4.96.
Oh, okay.
But you don't have to run away from him for 40 yards.
Only a couple of yards.
Yeah. So we're good there.
All right.
Very little stride and drive in his release. I didn't realize we have like biomechanics majors here working on my throw. That's good. Scouts are concerned by perceived lack of arm strength. Leach had one of the best quotes about scouts.
Wait a minute, hold on here,
Yeah,
Gardner.
where we
Can
gotta
you
go?
guys stop it? Okay, where were we?
Before I was so rudely interrupted. Scouts are concerned by perceived lack of arm strength. I think it was the great Mike Leach that said, scouts are bad coaches that tell good coaches who to draft. That's not my words. Those are Mike Leach's words. So was given a 5.16 prospect grade, which translates to better than average chance to make an NFL roster. I mean, that's as long as I'm better than average, that could be, really higher. It could be just 51. I don't know. So we'll take it.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
It could be. It's all stuff I know.
Okay.
So it's okay.
You know who you are.
Yeah. No, for sure. Like, I'm not going to tell you, no, I'm actually 6'4", no. So it's, they got it for the most part.
Okay. All right.
But they don't talk about like, intelligence or like accuracy.
You had a great
stuff
Wonderlic
that matters,
You had a high Wonderlic score.
Yeah, that was a pretty easy test, man. They should change it up.